But from the ruins rose a new and greater city. The Liverpool Post-War Development Committee had already been established, and with the end of the war came the handing over to the corporation of the vast bomb and shell filling plant at Kirkby. The council eventually acquired the freehold of the entire property, to which they added the purchase of hundreds of other acres in that area. The result was the Kirkby Industrial Estate, new work and new houses for over 40,000 people. Now, too, the council went to Parliament for private powers to encourage new industries to come to the city. For too long, Liverpool's whole economy had been bound up in the maritime trade, and new trades were needed as a cushion against any further relapse in world trade. And so Liverpool rose again, the old symbols revived and new ones born of the rubble. Despite their ordeal through the war years, the spirit of the Merseysiders had never been higher. And if there was one man whom every one of us can thank for the uplift he brought into our lives, it was the late Tommy Handley, born and bred in Liverpool, seen here on a visit to his mother there. Other famous Liverpool comedians are, for the benefit of people who've been out of the country for the past 50 years or so, Arthur Askey, Billy Bennett, almost a gentleman, remember? Seen here in a typical sketch. Lovable old Rob Wilton.
How do you mean?
I haven't the vaguest idea why that.
Who hasn't?
You haven't.
What are you talking about?
I don't believe you'd know a male hippopotamus from a female hippopotamus.
I wouldn't know a what?
You wouldn't know a male hippopotamus from a female hippopotamus.
I wouldn't know a male hippopotamus. No, I don't think I would. I don't see that it matters except to another hippopotamus.
And, of course, Ted Ray, who, but for his more famous talents, might well have reached the public eye as a footballer with Liverpool. As a golfer, too, he's a very funny comedian. The pioneer spirit returned to the fore again, and in 1947 the Mersey Docks and Harbour Board gave a lead to the maritime nations of the world by opening the first port radar station at Seaforth.
Can you give me my position, please? What is my position, please? And what is the state of the channel, please? And what is the state of the channel, please? Did you get that? Over.
Hello, Salvor. Your position now is 045072. There is a vessel at grid reference 036069, half a mile away from you, half a mile away from you.
Steer southeast by east.
Thanks to port radar, fog is no longer the menace it was. If there's one sphere where radar would be a boon, it's football. For even some of our favourite players don't seem to know which way the goal is sometimes. But all things said and done, Merseyside isn't too badly represented with Everton and Liverpool. Who doesn't remember 1950, when the Toffees went out to Liverpool in the semi-final of the FA Cup at Manchester? That was quite a day, with 200,000 people trying to get into the city to see the Grand National, and more than 50,000 trying to get out for the semi-final. Most of us remember that game with Liverpool winning 2-0. But not many people today know that it was a city engineer of Liverpool, the late John A. Brodie, who introduced goal nets. Anyway, to get back, in 1950, Liverpool reached Wembley, where they met Arsenal. And so the final, from which Anfield supporters came away miserably wondering whether the Reds would ever win the cup. Luck was certainly against them that time, although undoubtedly Arsenal were a fine side. This was the Gunners' first goal, scored by Reg Lewis. Centre forward Albert Stubbins misses a good chance to equalise. In the second half, Liverpool swarm into the attack, and after some clever play by Billy Little, the Reds were thwarted by a brilliant save by the Arsenal goalkeeper Swindon. The London team's second goal comes from a sudden breakaway. Mercer sends the ball upfield to Dennis Compton, who centres to Freddie Cox, through to Lewis, who bangs the ball into the net. Liverpool fight back, but a 2-goal deficit at Wembley takes a lot of making up. In the closing minutes, they did everything but get the ball in the net. Still, if it was any consolation, the Gunners' captain, Joe Mercer, is a Merseyside man.